Hey, there was like a person's not supposed to be there. How's security going these days?
Good. You are well. The same cannot be said of the king, nor of the court of enchantments. In my absence, the maid has taken them all. Tenwa says that the greatest of ballads, the hero and the maid, was not recovered. This song, above all the others, must be found. You have acted as our agent thus far, Sagril. Do you continue to stand by us? With all our heroes gone, you may very well be our last light in the darkness.
Well, I got cartoonishly important real fast, didn't I? I just met you guys like 3 hours ago. We're fast tracking a whole campaign right now, aren't we? Did that... What are those little red outlines? Do I spawn them every time I spin my finger out? No, I think they happen on a regular pattern. Okay, there's just little like red curves in the middle of my middle of the thing. Like, what? That's a visual element. All right. What is the hero and the maid?
In that ballad, King Wenson defeats the maid of Windermere once and for all. He confesses his love to trick her into an embrace. It is close enough for him to strike. If the maid is truly altering our ballads towards more favorable outcomes for her and her minions, then she could rewrite her own demise. She could avoid it altogether.
But in this fairy tale, the stories are fighting back. Tell me about the Faelands.
You are no stranger to death, so you must have felt it. The fall of all magic. I have foreseen it for seasons, and as I am not one to stand by, I chose to act. With a small group of dedicated individuals, Fae and mortal alike, I set about preparing a way for the great songs of the summer court to find permanence. The cairns are the result of this effort. They are magic, but magic that will not fade.
What's next?
I knew I could count on you. In the face of uncertainty, your loyalty has proven steadfast. It is no use for us to combat the Maid of Windermere when we do not understand her new magic. There is only one man I know who might shed light on our ignorance. His name is Father Eter. He is a monk and an alchemist, and a trusted friend. Eter may have the answers we seek.
Father Eter.
I have known Eter for 40 seasons. He believes in his god's order, and I have learned to respect his beliefs. Aside from being a follower of Mithros, Eter is the most skilled alchemist I have ever known. His wise gaze peers even deeper into the mysteries of life than mine.
Where is Father Eter?
Father Eter watches over a small Almain mission in the southeast, Saint Edric's. You will know it by the ruins on the hill. Go, find Eter.
Eter et al. What lies beneath, find Eter the alchemist. And he's all the way over here. So that's relatively close to this spot. Can I go? Okay, yeah. I can still fast travel there. So one of the counterpoints to me arguing that, like, it seems kind of silly to lean so heavily on tradition and whatnot. Not tradition, prophecies and fate and all that when, like, clearly it's all not working out. So it feels, like, narratively feels silly, and people are like, well, up until now, what people say in the audience, it was really reliably true and whatnot, and that's why it's, like, weird and fucked up that it's suddenly not working now. To which my counterpoint would then be, like, that's kind of the issue with the storytelling, right? Is the, this is a game about how there's fate and everyone's locked their fate and they can't change it and whatnot. Anyway, the entire plot of the game is you changing fate from the moment it starts. Okay, so what does fate mean? You know, it's just like, just gonna generally assume you understand what fate is already, and also just kind of do the legwork yourself to fill in all of its importance, because it's not gonna really happen on camera. You know what? I can't jump, can I? I don't think I can. So it's kind of part of the issue is that, like, the game never lays the groundwork that you are bound by your fate in the first place, or that anyone is. There we go. So nobody seems to be explicitly bound by their fate in the actual events of the story, because we never experienced that. We don't get to play as a character that's bound by fate. There's no, like, intro before you're reawoken. Like, we don't get to play as the us before we died that maybe knew what was going to happen to them or something, and then couldn't do anything to change it, or for example. The Prismeer pick, is that for, like... Oh. Yep, Prismeer pick, the Prismeer pick, it is automatic success, I guess. So it's kind of a gap in the story, in a way. And here I am, the first faction I'm spending time with, and they're all like, oh, everybody is bound by fate, and they replay the same stories over and over again, and, like, literally the moment I start interacting with it, it's like, which is my only experience with it, because I only experience things as my character, it's like, oh man, nothing's going according to plan, what are we gonna do? And it's like, I mean, that's literally the whole game so far, is things not going according to the cosmic plan or whatever, or anyone's plan.
Well now, looks like a nice cut of meat just fell into our laps. Welcome to the Traveller's Camp, Dove. So, I don't want to think you've stumbled on our camp by accident. Go on, ask. Ask to join our merry number.
Well, I am looking for the various covenants, so this is somewhat convenient, but calling me a cut of meat made it seem like you wanted to either cannibalize or at least steal from me. Why should I join the Travelers?
Well, I've seen fist-sized rubies, living people made of vines, and I've even seen a Jotun cry. But this is a first. Why join? The Travelers are renowned rogues, thieves, and all-around good folk. If you live in the shadows, away from the law, we're for you. You want riches? We'll help you take them. You want fame? They'll sing songs of you forever. Want adventure? Look no further.
Alright.
I thought by the look of you that you might. I have a good feeling about you, but some feelings count less around here than they should. I'll send you to the camp's leader, Krilgarin. She'll get you on your way.
I guess. Take a look. They seem to be right here. But yeah, you get what I'm talking about, though, right? Like, there's no status quo established in this game, so everyone just keeps having to tell you, this isn't normal, this is super not normal, and you're not normal, and you just have to trust them because you don't experience the change. To use a really, really common example, it's like Ocarina of Time. You know that Hyrule's not supposed to be like that, because you saw Hyrule when it wasn't like that. It's like, oh, look at this pleasant little town. Oh my god, the music's gone and there's zombies everywhere and it's a wreckage. A change happened. Like, that's just basic, that's just the basic sort of, I almost said setup and payoff, but that's not really the right term either. It's just, you establish a status quo before you change it. This Shrine of the Hierophant is silent. Whereas being right out the gate, all like, oh shit, yeah, this is normal, you changing fate, and that's meaningful, because we told you it is. It's like, you kind of skipped over the homework you gotta do to make that hit. Otherwise, it's just like, oh no, you're doing the thing you do in every video game ever, but it's not normal in this one, because we're telling you it's not. But it feels normal, and it plays normal. So it's like, you just gotta trust us. This is groundbreaking.
The dust of the road rises to meet you, Wanderer. Welcome to Star Camp.
Krilgaren, Knave of Coins.
I am Krilgaren. I am unfamiliar with the title the Knave of Coins. But as I understand, it grants me responsibility for this camp and its travelers. I know the lands and shadows and winding paths the travelers use. I heed no law or creed of property. For that, I am given leadership.
Star Camp.
This place has been walked by many, and this copse was hollowed ground once. We maintain it.
Grim Onwig.
When others feared to even speak to Fae, Grim came and introduced me to the travelers. Ever since, a more stalwart ally I cannot think of.
The Hierophant.
You are young among our number. I would not color your perceptions of the Hierophant with my own.
Travelers.
We are many things, but what the travelers are to most are thieves. We follow our own way.
Are you actually thieves? Or do people think you're thieves? Grim Onwig sent me.
Then Grim has appraised you and found you of worth. But there is another you must appease, our guide, the anonymous Hierophant. Go to the Hierophant shrine in our camp and pray, as all travelers must. We have many freedoms and one chain. A traveler lives by his or her hands and guile. You must do the same. Trader Hayden sells items to supplement these skills if you need.
You're gonna have to look for him because he's always hiding. I have to pray to the Hierophant.
Travelers have clever hands, but they are useless without the Hierophant, whose eyes guide us. A gift upon which we've come to rely. To receive the Hierophant's visions, we are commanded to pray at their shrines, and there are many who readily comply. May the wind be at your back.
And then she jumps into your mind and takes it all over. Go right, the sprint button. But yeah, it was definitely funny to me that, as far as I can remember, at least, I met up with the people that read to do the same stories over and over again, and literally the first one, if I remember correctly, immediately didn't go according to plan. I'm like, wow, I don't even have a baseline of what this is supposed to be like, because immediately everybody's dead and things are wrong.
What prays before me? An eddy in the river of fate, a cacophony in the song of Amalur. Your presence is unnerving. But you have come and prayed, and honored our creeds. You wish to make yourself a traveler? Then ask me for my portents.
Why are you anonymous?
For true trust, for true compliance, the Hierophant must have no weakness, nor fault, nor lapse. In other words, the Hierophant must be no one.
That work that way, though? Tell me what I must do.
The price to admit you is great. It will take 3 treasures to balance the burden. First, there is a noble Elfwig Grilricas staying in Dyden Hill. Steal his medallion. Then, in the nearby mission, claim the pall of the dead Saint Edrics. The last are Drog's toothpicks. We have contacted their owner, Gunnar Frode, to buy the items, but you will steal them instead.
So I'm just gonna be a douchebag. Tell me about the medallion.
It is the rather valuable bauble of an old noble family. Rather mundane, but worth much coin to us.
Tell me about Draug's toothpicks.
The daggers used by the fabled Jotun Warmaster Draug, though they were not his weapons, as the name suggests.
Tell me about Saint Edric's pall.
It is the burial shroud of Saint Edric. There are many collectors of relics who hunger for these artifacts, and pay dearly for them.
I will do as you ask.
Yes. Some final warnings. Elfwig Grilricas is a fastidious man. He will not suffer an approach, he can see. The pall of Edric lies in his tomb, which is under many eyes. Wait until none are near before you claim it. And last, Gunnar Frode is shifty. He will not have the daggers on him or near him. Be warned.
I'll be curious to see whether or not there are twists. Oh, two of them are nearby. Alright, and the other one's not that far off either. I'll be curious to see whether there's twists here where you can get away with, like, getting the items without actually being a thief. Like, persuade them to give them to you, or buy them, or even, like, duel them for them, or make a bet or something as opposed to stealing. I'm just curious whether or not there are, in a bare minimum kind of context, like role-playing choices where you can find other ways to solve problems, but also technically manage to role-play a different character, and have your own character have a different reaction to how things are and whatnot, as opposed to, you know, just being like, well, it's a Thieves Guild, so we do Thieves Quests. Because I find that a lot of people's characters in Elder Scrolls games are kind of incoherent because they join every faction and then they just do the quest chains, and so they just like, I was a gladiator that week and I was a thief the next week and I was assassin the next week, but I'm the good guy and all that. I'm curious whether or not there's like different solutions or different choices, or if the only choice is to simply not partake in the content at all. Like, can you be a bad assassin or a bad thief that finds other solutions that they would not generally approve of or something because you're not doing it right? Questions. Somebody attacking me? Yep. Ow. Stop it. Goodbye. They're nice enough to mark my gray objectives here, so that's good. So, because that should be the other quest that's not currently selected, so we'll get to that in a minute. I'll do both. You know, maybe I should do that one first in case I become a wanted criminal in this town. Actually. You know, it's probably a good idea. Alright, so back to my Hall of Whispers quest, or Hall of, the repeating stories people. Echoes? Dreams? Oh, it's bloody in here. What lies beneath? Speak to the monks. Desk key. That shit. Farmer's clothing. I don't see a desk. Are you the desk? You don't seem like you have a key or a lock. Yeah, things are not well. We gonna have to have a chat about this one. Curious about the desk. This desk? Thursday? Another desk key. What the hell? There you go. Saturday. Now chemical lab. I ain't no good at alchemy. I guess I should just grab everything. I think I passed on one of them. On drink. It's the one I remember. There's ones that have dates, which is interesting. Yeah, I think I got everything up here, yeah. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything, because it seemed like maybe you might actually end up investigating some of this stuff. If there's like dated books. A chemical lab. Use the alchemy workbench will allow you to create potions using your alchemy skill. I don't really have any, so that's not a good sign. Let's experiment. The screen shows all the regions in your inventory and allows you to mix them. You can make new recipes that way. Let's do a sea flux and a scarberg. Press X to combine them. You fucked up, you fool. You fool that you are. A minor healing potion. Black Kohosh and Ember Eyes. How minor is minor? Still, I found something, so look at me go. You successfully created a thing. Wow. Whatever a small amount of your health is, but hey, it's pretty lucky. Like the basic thing you'd want to get is a healing item. Go figgy. Oh, it's just the ones I found so far. Myself. So I found Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, apparently. In the margins of this weathered old journal are the daily devotionals and musings of Father Eter, spiritual leader of Saint Edric's perpetual mission of Haxhi. Tuesday. Are there more, though? Let's see. I'm just a little worried that I might find more, and let's look around more and see if I can find a more complete tale. Because then I can read them in order. And I might get a full story instead of part of a story. Seeing a big fantasy well like this reminds me of, like... God, what was that? That was probably a Divinity thing. Where you had to, like, reunite the wells with each other. Because they knew each other. Which was like, what are you talking about? And yep. So, kind sir, have you heard anything?
Welcome to Saint Edric's. You're here to meet with Father Eter, yes? The Father's always playing host to interesting individuals such as yourself. His quarters are on the second floor of the mission bunkhouse. Most of his days are spent inside working on his research. I don't understand a word of it.
Yeah, he's dead.
No, I knew that they were arguing, but I never imagined that it would lead to murder. It's enough to make a man question his faith.
Who was arguing?
Father Eter and his apprentice brother Wolf. They were inseparable, like a true father and son. It was a shared love of alchemy that brought them together. But since their work repairing the village well, they've been acting tense, even hostile. Just this morning I saw Eter fetching water. But now he's gone. Mithros save us all. You're free to search the bunkhouse. Please, if you can shed any light on this tragedy, we'll do all we can to assist you.
Whoops, sorry for curing the wolf from his previous problem. That probably helped him do a kill. So who are you?
5 years in the swamps of Cluricon was enough to rid me of my lust for war. I was an impetuous youth, raised by the back of my father's right hand. But I found home here with the others. All we seek is a sliver of peace in this vast world.
That's not good. Raised by the back of your father's hand. Brother Wolf?
In another life, Wolf was a butcher in Galafor. He's a naive sort, and his gifts do not lie in prayer. But Father Eter believed that Wolf had been called.
Saint Edric's mission.
Our goal, as set forth by Saint Edric, is to find the order in nature, in every blade of grass and curling leaf. For these designs are the authorities' most beguiling. This mission was established 20 years ago. The gardens and fauna pens were Father Eter's idea. He marveled at Mithros' gifts, the magic in the world around us.
So what's up with the well?
It dried up several months ago, so we sent several brothers down to try and find some deeper reserves. Father Eter had great interest in Mithros' natural splendors. He volunteered to lead the project, with Wolf by his side, of course. Goodbye.
And that had not worked out. So what's up with this well? Oh, I'm just gonna go down there. Oh! Well, there's definitely more water down here. If nothing else. You guys done found a whole cave. Gonna be hard to get this to go in the well. Any monsters? Yeah, there are. Ooh, was that a multi-kill? It was not. Achievement unlocked. Would you like fries with that? What did I get? A bunch of them all at the same time? Maybe because they're in water together? Maybe it AoE'd. That'd be handy. My inventory's gonna fill up. I should have sold more stuff. There it is. Admittedly, I don't like spending time on that, but gotta do it. That's a trap. Oh no, a trap. What am I gonna do? Oh no, additional trap. I don't think you can disable those, can you? Ow. Rude. At least other things stack. Haha. Running full clip, you can't even get me. Bad news, multi-target. Wow, they're just having a real bad time with the spellcasting, aren't they? Hit him on accident behind me. There you go. Sure, let's repair something. Just to get it out of my inventory. Junk. All the keys you found this far. Add to junk. Old letters, weird trash items. Alright. Well, now that we have more context of it, what led us down here, that is probably the entirety of that narrative, so I should probably take a look at that. So Saturday, Thursday, Tuesday. We broke through this morning. It was a grand adventure. I led the way, dangling from a series of cords and timbers, a puppet on a string, exciting. I must confess that such breathtaking risks are not usual labors of a mission father. Of course, what is but prayer? I would do it again in an instant. Exciting. The old well was in better condition than we'd anticipated. Brother Wolf and I were able to penetrate the collapsed stone within several hours of digging, and soon reached the lake beneath. Water levels were low, likely because of the endless heat we've been experiencing in Haxi this spring. Not a day passes that I don't pray for the health of my sky blossom and Kohosh. May the authority protect them from this oppressive blaze. As we prepared the pulley lines and removed debris, the oddest thing happened. Beneath the earth, far in the depths of the well, Wolf made an interesting discovery. It was a crystal. I've seen a great many gems and stones, but I've never seen anything like it in all my days. It was quite obvious to me that the crystal possesses magical properties, for this surface moves with a rippling aura, like light wavering over the water, but that is all I can gather without performing more experiments. My next few days will be spent in close observation. And then they went crazy. The end. Thursday. The strange crystal sits atop my desk. I cannot take my eyes off it. It is not out of adoration or even fascination, but out of a tense, foreboding dread that never escapes me. Not even as I lay in my bunk at night, hoping that I have not doomed my young charges by bringing this cursed thing up from the underground. Perhaps the most troubling development is how the crystal affects young Brother Wolf. This person sitting across the chamber from me is no longer my bright, friendly apprentice, but a heavy-eyed fanatic. A strange allure of the crystal has touched him on some spiritual level. He has not been to chapel in days. He has not bathed or eaten. He does not respond to his name, and when does take notice of others around him, he does so with a gruff sneer. I grieve for him as one mourns the deceased. All day long he stares at the crystal, or plays it to it with his whistle, making the swirling red surface flash. My prayers do nothing. All of my research, all of my training, none of it has provided the answers I seek. What is this strange substance, and from where does it derive its magic? What created it, and how did it come to be beneath our mission? Better yet, how can I get dispose of it without hurting my... There's multiple typos in these. How can I get dispose of it without hurting my dear friend? So many questions, but no answers come. Perhaps tomorrow Mithros will provide. He has yet to disappoint me. You think that when THQ Nordic's republished in game, they could go back and do some proofreading at least? Saturday. A strange maiden arrived today from beyond the Cide. She had come about the crystal. I knew at once who she was, despite who she claimed to be. Hallam has filled my head with enough fey tales for me to recognize the Maid of Windermere. If only I could have frozen the faces of my young charges as they watched this enchanted creature walk among them. Poor fools that did not comprehend the danger they face. The maid is no mere woman, but a powerful magician who could kill any of us with the flick of her smallest finger. I lied to her about the crystal. I had no choice. She must believe I'm either too smart to surrender the crystal or too stupid to have discovered it in the first place, but make no mistake, she will return. And when she does, there must be no trace of what has transpired here. I must dispose of the cursed thing as soon as possible. But where shall I do it? I beg you, Mithros, please give me the guidance to protect my sons and do the right thing. So yeah, the villain of our current storyline arrived here. And that's not good. Even stronger. Blades, let them rip. I try to parcel this stuff. That's way stronger. It requires finesse 8 though, so we're not doing that. This one should be stronger. Right. We don't use chess pieces. That one's weaker. Finesse crap. And we don't use leg pieces. Really simplifies some of the thought process, doesn't it? Well, most of these items are completely unusable, so... pretty much takes care of the whole problem. You know? Ooh. So you're gonna replace your shield with a talisman. Which is at least sometime, probably usually less good at blocking, but it has more bonuses. This one has 18 defense though, blocks 7, 10% elemental resistance, 10% elemental resistance. That one has 20 mana though, and this one doesn't, but it has an armor socket. Look at that! Look at that! How do I put sockets in? I haven't figured that mechanic out yet. Anyway, there's like 2 items in this thing, so... junk. Destroy. That might be worth more. Just wanted to get the 2 greens at least. Warrior gauntlets. Requires might, so we're not using those. Okay. The end. But maybe the other items? 5 fire, 5 lightning, 8 fire. I think fire is more common and it's a higher resistance, so why not? Minus 5% mana costs. Ooh. And this is more damage. Maybe from all sources? Let's go for reduced mana costs over a bit of health. Admittedly, a big chunk of health. That was more than 10% health. Maybe worth putting back on, actually. I don't have that much health overall. Anyway, that was all just to free up a few slots, but also do some busy work on just sorting my stuff by putting it all in junk, which I guess there's a sell junk button that I missed. So the crystal was a corrupting influence. Then they got all golemy on each other. But one of them more than the other. I guess we know which one was Smeagol and which one was the guy. Ah! Rude! Ow! Dick! That wasn't fair. I saw them. I knew to avoid them, but the game fucking like action rolled me directly into it, and it was a scripted jumping down animation. In case you haven't noticed, you can't control yourself when you jump off cliffs. You have to go to a specific spot and press A to do like a jumping down cutscene at the right spots. So that was just rude to put a trap at the bottom of it. There's no other way through. Maybe you could trigger it by, I don't know, aiming. I actually don't know if it's possible to deal with it. Oh, I don't need these items anyway. Let's see. Yeah, okay, you lock onto things. Can I lock onto these? I didn't think so. Yeah, I don't think you can lock onto traps. So I don't think I had a way of triggering it without using my face, which kind of sucks. Alright, Dispelling is maxed out. Persuasion's about to be maxed out, which is always a strong one. Stagecraft lets me deal with shards, which I also want. Let's just max out Persuasion, because I can stop thinking about it. Okay. Sorcery is all that matters to me. Holding the button longer restores... Oh, you're right, because I have a healing thing I can use periodically. Gotta remember that one. And I'll get a bit stronger, but overall, as an out of combat heal, it's fine mostly. And this is a new category of spell. This is my ice spell. A scattered blast of ice shards into the air to crash down upon your foes, dealing ice damage. Fires 5 projectiles, dealing 15 ice damage, and 3 freezing damage each. Or I can go down to having a summon, which I think gets stronger too. I do think I want to summon to help protect myself. This thing doesn't help my chakrams, which are already maxed out themselves anyway. I maxed out my bonus spellcasting. We can't get this till I get to 35. Let's just upgrade Chain Lightning for a higher chance of chaining around, which might have also been what happened in that one cutscene, or that one attack I did at the beginning. Maybe it wasn't the water, but it was Chain Lightning proccing. I didn't notice an obvious Chain Lightning. It's really seeing a bunch of really obvious bolts joining everyone together that makes the whole thing satisfying. And I don't know if that's a thing in this game. Hey, buddy. So you're my summon, huh? Get proper Diablo Necromancer on each other here. Abilities. Costs 50, lasts for 2 minutes. Next level, plus 10% health and total damage. And this one will make it so that it can siphon health to heal at me. And it has a chance to crit. And it has more attacks in a row. It'll just get stronger over time, basically. Oh, can you deal with water? Probably not. The Ring of Daybreak. I think I've seen that before, though. It's probably valuable, at least. Alright, well. Let's just be honest. That micromanaging isn't that worth it. Just throw away a bunch of the trashy items. Hope, grab whatever might be more valuable. Move on with your life. Usually the primary way to make more money in a video game is just to play more of it, not to make smart choices. Good news is my mana's already back, so I didn't pay for a lot that badly there by casting it. Because yeah, at a cost of 50, it cost me half my meter to summon that dude. Oh right. Water sprinting. Let's activate that quick swim. Hey buddies. Ow. Did I summon my kobold? Or, sorry, they're kobolds. I misspoke because there's a word in front of me, and so I said it in the sentence. Cool, good. Thanks, Rock. There you are. I thought I pressed it at the beginning of the fight, but then I didn't see one of them in the fight, so maybe I didn't summon him. Or maybe he just immediately wandered off and I didn't notice him. Either way, it seems like I recover energy plenty fast at this point. The ruthless chakrams and also some garbage. Yeah, primary reason I do stuff like that is because it gives you experience. I'm not especially concerned about what I'm going to get as a result. Wow, there was a pop-up tutorial that disappeared instantly with no no hint as to what it was. Well, hope that wasn't too important. It was important enough that they made a whole tutorial for it, but it's... I just heard a little blinking noise and that was it. Oops! Desire. Streetcar named Desire. Hey, buddy. Hey, everybody. There it goes. Oh, it's probably this. Oh, I forgot to activate it correctly. Blarm! It's the screw you time. You guys are completely boned now. Ow! I was trying to change targets to these guys because that guy was down already, but it wouldn't let me. Alright. Somebody else here? Nope. Might as well use it whenever it pops up, unless I'm anticipating a bigger fight. Oopsie. Oh, cast that wrong. Yeah. I don't think I can do it again. I believe I'm supposed to hold that down longer than I did. At least for the full effect, which probably, I think, costs more mana, but still more or less worth doing. I tried throwing away all of those stupid white items. Oops! Oh well, I'm over it immediately. Guess I can go back to looting all. Accidentally pressed the destroy all button instead of destroy one button. Destroying them one at a time is pretty much a pain in the ass, because every single time you do it, it pops up a menu and you have to say yes over and over again, so you have to, like, do a multi-step process each time, which is a bit much. That's not going to be the last time I accidentally press square instead of Y and delete all of them. And the prompt, like, are you sure you want to delete all of them, is meaningless, because I'm already having to do a similar prompt every time I destroy anything. So I'm just gonna, on autopilot, I'll destroy all of them every now and then. Usually, honestly, the economies of RPGs are silly and barely functional in every RPG I've ever played, except Pathologic. So I'll be fine.
Stay back! I don't know who you are or how you found me, but you will not have the crystals. They are mine! Don't make me kill another!
You killed Father Eter.
I had no choice. It was trying to destroy the crystals. He didn't understand that we'd been chosen, that the crystals wanted us to possess them. The strange woman was right. She knew the crystals' power. That's why she wanted them, but we told her nothing. When she left, Father dropped the crystals back into the well, but they sang to me, told me to kill him and rescue them. Their voices... so beautiful.
Sounds less like the crystals want you to possess them and more like the crystals want to possess you. Also, he wasn't going to destroy them, technically. He was just going to hide them away again before the woman got to them or something. How did they sing to you?
The crystals give off a glorious music. Can you not hear? It speaks to me. I've spent hours playing my whistle and watching the crystals shimmer with joy. Father Eter believed that the magic within the crystals responded to the tones and rhythms of song, almost as if they were a living thing.
Where is the last crystal?
I haven't found it yet. I was searching the well tunnels when I was attacked by kobolds. Nasty things. Father Ater did something to the crystal. Hid it by way of magic. A priest using magic. Unforgivable.
What strange woman?
She was a fae. Quite beautiful. Called herself the Maid of Windermere. Father Ater was suspicious of her kindness and threw the crystals down the well. It was his idea to lie when the maid asked him about the crystal's properties, its strength. Endless questions, but he told her nothing.
Fight the crystal's power.
Why would I want to do that? The Song of the Crystal is the only truth that has ever kept its promise of power. Mitharu? Never. Father Ater? No. The maid was right. The crystal gives the power to end the pain. And now, I choose to end yours. Get out of here.
What? No, I did the... Hang on a minute. I load it. Is there a reason? Is there like an autosave? That was a while ago, wasn't it? I do believe it was, but okay, so options on the left don't progress the... Is this the beginning? Not quite. Are all my items back? Hey, all my stupid items are back. Alright, well, let's get back to it, I guess. So what I guess dialogue choices on the left are like, have a nice chat, and dialogue choices on the right are combat. I am not doing this again. I'll just run past the enemies. Ow. Ow. I think there's a bug. Ow, 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 ow. Shit, okay, final fight. Oh, how did you miss all of them? What is... Why is there only sometimes auto-targeting? Motherfucker. My shoes are damaged. This game's got durability. Oh, I have to re-level and everything. That's why it was a while ago. Okay. So apparently things on the left are like have a nice chat, and things on the right continue the dialogue forward, which some games work that way, but I didn't have reason to think that this game necessarily worked that way. In part because there we go. In part because so far whenever we're having a nice chat, instead of having dialogue that matters, we're in a completely different interface. I'm a little confused why they did abandon that, or that there's like an inconsistency. I thought it was consistent, but it has become inconsistent, I think. I thought they had a clear thing where like, sorry, I'm trying to multitask a bit here. Where like whenever you're doing inconsequential dialogue where you can just hang out or whatever and ask every question you want, and that's when it's just a big list. But this guy was a BioWare Mass Effect circle. And his BioWare Mass Effect circle apparently had consequential options in it, which I wasn't ready for. So like I saw the fact that I should be able to use my high-level dispelling ability to cure him of his curse without him attacking me. But I wanted to like, you know, exhaust the dialogue, and I guess that didn't work out. I guess I'll see you guys in a bit when I get back there. Alright, we're back to it, ya punk. You're right, punk, you. How dare you. Set me back 10 minutes. Blah 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 blah, you killed blah 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 blah. What strange woman? Blah 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 blah. Frost crystal, blah 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 blah. They sing to you, blah blah blah.
Believe that the magic within the crystals responded to the tones and rhythms of song, almost as if they were a living thing.
So the question that I think they're not asking here is everyone is acting like the well is the only way in or out, but like there's kobolds in here. Like they're here somehow. They have like food and water and air to survive somehow. Or more likely straight up there's just another entrance, right? I don't think this is like a terrarium where they're trapped in here. I think they have a way of getting in and out. They didn't get in and out through that well because it was sealed. So this is just a cave you can access from the surface, so sealing or not unsealing the well shouldn't actually do anything unless the kobolds are breaking the story. But anyway, here's my dispel skill coming into handy in a way that I wasn't even sure if it would during dialogue, but here it is. Your curse is broken.
Oh, Father Adair, what have I done? I never meant anyone harm, especially not the Father. Please, you must help me destroy the crystals, stop the corruption. My whistle may help you find them. I use it to speak to the crystals, sing to them. I am not a bad man, just a weak one. I will pay for this sin for the rest of my life, however long I wish that to be. Get out of here.
Get out of here! Received whistle. Looks like a lockpick. I mean, it doesn't look like a lockpick, but it kind of looks like the lockpicks, like the bloody looking ones that have shown up in this game. Anyway, I'm sure it's probably over here in the last chamber or something. If that makes sense. What? Heard a sound. Yep. Oh, it's all the plants growing around me. The crystals are evil. A 5 carved from a cloudy gray crystal. Yep, that's what it looks like in the picture, is a cloudy gray crystal. Oh, there. There it is. Exactly where I figured it'd be. Alright, so these need to be dealt with. They are naughty crystals. And here's definitely the entrance that I figured existed. So they accidentally discovered it, but it was here all along. Accessible for any who might want to find it, which is bad, all things considered. Now I'm in Lorca Rain, so I think this is a whole new zone for me. What is that? Is it a bear? Bears look strange in this game, right? They're like too much like articulation of limbs and things. Their faces are strange. They're weirdly flexible. From a range, I thought he was a gorilla. But up close, he almost has like a red panda stuff going on with his face. That model's freaking out. They got full Dark Souls ragdolls. Yeah. Oh, it locked. Yeah, they expire and stop animating at some point. Once you poke them enough. Lyria. Is it? I think it's, yeah, I think it's Dragon Age where Lyria is kind of a big deal. Like, it powers magic, but it's also, like, dangerous in larger quantities or something. Anyway, I need to get into this crystal crafting business. Let's head east on the hopes that I'll find a fast travel point. Since I'm already here, I would like to ow? Since I'm already around here, I'd like to add points to my map so I don't have to walk out here again from scratch. Makes sense to me. Y'all are naughty. Nope. Oh, 2 attacks. Oh, no. Here, help me. Be very distracting for a moment, okay? I said to be distracting. Wolf, no. It's not a good idea. And then he exploded. I think that was a crit. can't heal. I think the heal is bugged and doesn't show its cooldown. There it is. Yeah, it keeps not letting me do it. And it's always when I've recently done it. So I think it's bugged and doesn't show its cooldown correctly. The plains of Arethel. Not exactly where I need to be. I just wanted to touch some kind of town. Because that cave put me out in the middle of nowhere. It's proper green out here. Yeah, it seems like a point that'll matter. Hello? Anybody live around here? Quaint garden. Maybe find a place where I can spend coin. You.
For a minute I thought the damn Freeman had fancied to rob me. Welcome. I offer some alchemical items if you are interested.
Shop. Sell old junk. Donkey shoin.
Very well.
I'll meet you later, maybe. I'm not ready for this place yet. I've got enough on my plate. There we go. I've got a thing on my map. Okay, so these are all about the thieving places, but let's get back on. Let's actually mark the quest I was working on. They want me to go back to Hell and White. Yeah, they want me to go all the way back. So I suppose I will. That was supposed to be a quick detour. I could then go back and steal stuff afterwards, but now I was way far away. So I'll focus on this for now and get back to that.
Callum the White and his pet to expose my plans. You will regret ever joining the House of Ballads.
Nah. Good for experience, I guess. What are the crystals?
You'll have to try better than that, beloved. I keep secrets for a reason. I wanted the mission's crystals, but the mortal and his boy would not cooperate. But I always find a way to get what I desire. Don't we all?
So maybe the crystals weren't even doing that, it was just you doing the golem-y stuff to them? And who are you?
I am known as the Maid of Windmere, but that is all you shall learn this day.
I don't want to tell you anything, but I have weirdly appeared for you to talk to you, which is a weird thing to do if I don't want to tell you anything. Where's the king?
Winston is with me, and he will stay with me until I deem it fit to return him. If the House of Ballads wishes to have its king, it must send its greatest warrior. Since I have all of them, that leaves you. Come, I wish to collect you as well. I will be waiting.
Come at me, ma'am. I'll take it.
This is not just about the court anymore. You have roused the maid's interest, and it is clear she wishes to add you to her collection. We must do as she commands, but we will be prudent in how we proceed. This ballad, the champion, is one to be undertaken with great caution. So, Sagril, are you ready to make the preparations and depart? Now is the time.
Why must we be prudent?
I cannot foresee the outcome of these events, Sagril. This version of the telling has never been told. I can hardly bear to think of what is coming. You must do all you can to preserve the House of Ballads, even as the maid tempts you with her promises of freedom. We have a responsibility to what has come before.
You can kind of see how just, like, incredibly comfortable everyone got. Because they just, like, they're so used to everything being completely predictable and reliable and repeating it forever that just, they're, like, losing their minds to the idea of anything being unpredictable and having to wonder what will happen. What does the maid want?
She covets King Wenson and always has, by taking the whole court of enchantments. She is sending a strong message. Revenge is now what she desires most. There is more. There is you. The maid is a curious sort, one whose interest is easily aroused. Your presence has altered the telling, and she wishes to learn why.
What is the Champions?
It is a tragic ballad of a knight who entered the maid's kingdom, only to fall prey to her enchantments.
Enchantments!
His name was Sir Elswin, and he had the best of intentions. Elswin gloriously overcame Windermere's defenses, but it was on the edge of the Weeping Gorge that the maid came to him and clouded his thoughts. Now he stands forever as the maid's lone champion, defender at the gates. All who wish to enter the Kingdom of Windermere must go through him.
I'm ready.
Then it is time. You are the last knight of the House of Ballads. You represent all that we've been through, all that we are, in this telling and all those to come. There is little you can do to prepare for the journey ahead, but take another resurrection potion like the one you used to save Ferrara. You may need it. This is all I can offer you. The rest of the story is yours to tell.
I guess to resurrect somebody else, it's gonna be hard to like collapse during combat in a way where my dying body drinks the potion. How do I get to Windermere?
One can always find what is sought if the desire is strong enough. Venture northeast of the House of Ballads, and you will find your way. You are our last hope, Sagril.
We'll see about that.